Stand on Your Own Feet by Maurus. Chapter-4. Wholeness Marks New Personality. Wholeness is a beautiful state of being whole and in harmony with all that exists. It shifts your thinking from me to we. It united you to others. It excites a new day, love for life, and a sense of belonging. In the process, banishing a feeling of isolation and loneliness. A holistic personality is one that has a tendency towards anything that is dynamic, an orientation towards the future. It is implicit of development, growth, and expansion. This totality, implying harmony and integration, leads to the impression that one is dealing with a man who is perfect unity without split, break, or fissure. In each aspect of his behavior, one finds deep within him the whole person. His life is a beautiful composition. His words and his activities are like a melody in which the same theme is taken up again and again. Adrian Van Kahn. In his play Back to Methuselah, George Bernard Shaw puts the following words into the mouth of Adam as he speaks to Eve. We have to live here forever. Think what forever means. It's the horror of having to be with myself forever. That is what makes me sit brooding and silent and hateful. I like you, but I do not like myself. I want to be different, to be better, to begin again and again, to shed myself as a snake sheds its skin. Read the following example of wholeness. A nobleman, while walking on his estate, came upon his gardener and remarked, "That is a very fine coat you are wearing." Surprised, the gardener looked down upon his worn and tattered coat, shook off some dust, and replied, "Oh, it's an old one, not worth much." "Yet," insisted the nobleman, "it is an unusually fine coat, for it covers a contented spirit and a body that owes no man anything. That's more than men can say of their coats." Living by awareness. Wholeness is attained by awareness and love. It is never fully attained in this life, but is an ongoing process of transformation and growth. And love springs from awareness. It is only inasmuch as you see someone as he or she really is here and now, and not as they are in your memory or your desire or in your imagination or projection, that you can truly love them. A.D. Mallow. In his book Just Talk to Me by Andre Bastonovi and Faye Bastonovi, a wife talks with Faye and describes how her attention and reflection she discovered the characteristics of herself and of her husband Andy. When I married Andy, I was vaguely aware that I married him because I saw qualities that I didn't have, qualities that would make my life richer. And I felt that I had something special to bring to the relationship too. But I never dreamed we were so different. Consider the following items. Number 1, optimism. Andy tends to be more optimistic than I. My pessimism is my protection. It keeps me from rushing into situations that may be uncomfortable or threatening to me. Number 2, interests and activities. Andy tends to have more interests and activities than I. The unfamiliar tends to make me hold back and be more cautious. Number 3, physical activities. I am less physically active than Andy. I am content to stay in the house and read, but he gets the jitters if he can't get out and engage in vigorous physical activity. Number 4, reading. I read a lot of fiction for entertainment. Andy feels he must read to better his mind, so he tends to stay with non-fiction. Number 5, climate and temperature. I find it difficult to take extremes in climate and temperature. Humidity, heat, wind, and cold are distressing. Andy has a greater tolerance. This difference contributes to my being an indoor person and he an outdoor person. Number 6. Private versus public. I tend to be more private person than Andy. I tend to keep myself all that I think, feel and do. Andy tends to disclose such things to others more than I do. Number 7. Following and leading. I prefer to follow. Andy likes to lead. Number 8. Rules. I am a stickler for rules. For example, I enter at entry and exit signs. Andy will if it's convenience for him to do so. Number 9 is communication style. I tend to blurt out to Andy how I feel. He tends to play it safe and thinks what he is going to say first and how it will sound. Number 10. Self expression. I don't feel I can express myself as well as Andy. He also tends to talk louder and is more verbal. This used to irritate me, but we are getting better at this. I'm talking, Andy is speaking softer and is less forceful. Number 11. Self worth. Andy generally feels very good about himself. I feel better about myself than I used to feel, but I still have a way to go. Wholeness gives meaning to life. A, a man is whole if he realizes the purpose for which he was given the gift of life. That means when he is fully active, fully alive, fully responsible to himself and to God. Wholeness is found in reconciling seeming contradictions, in recognizing and holding them together even in their diversity. Author Jesse M. Trotter writes, wholeness stems from the interplay of two journeys, the inward journey and the outward journey. You should pay more attention to the inward journey because it is about you, your personal growth in peace and maturity. There is a beautiful line saying, if you have never asked the question, who or when or why or how, you will find when you consider all the options that abound. There is still but one conclusion where peace of mind is found. It's not the price you pay for things. It's not the jewels and fancy rings. It's not the checks and credit cards secured by all those guns and guards. It's not the beauty of your face. It's not a matter of your race. It's not the muscle on your bones, your classy looks, or great skin tones. What matters most in life today is where you stand along the way, not what you have, but what you are. James J. Lake. Thank you.